Lesson 16, patient data. So patient data. Sales associates promote to their customers who are healthcare providers, HCPs, and healthcare organizations. But the consumers of the products that the pharma company is manufacturing and selling to are patients. Pharma companies do engage patients with direct-to-consumer DTC advertising, but selling through HCPs and HCOs is the main focus of the brand teams and sales operations. Patient-level data will illustrate whether patients are consuming your products, are following the recommendations of their HCPs, or if they are switching to a competitor product. Just a graphic to illustrate where the data comes from and how individuals interact. So on the left, you have your sales associates. Your customers are healthcare providers and healthcare organizations. You also have direct-to-consumer advertising, and the consumers on the right are your patients. The ultimate question: did sales representatives' efforts result in RXs? Did the RX get filled? Did it get substituted? How long do patients stay on a drug? And what are the patient outcomes? So those are the questions that you want answered with your patient data. Patient data collection. Third-party vendors purchase and de-identify data from entities like prescriber systems, laboratories, treatment centers, hospitals, pharmacies, and insurance companies. Pharma companies purchase de-identified data from third-party vendors the same type of way they purchase HCP and HCO prescription sales data. Pharma companies then create distinct databases and deliverables. Special rules apply for the information technology groups on where patient data can be stored and the type of deliverables that are ultimately generated. Patient data is used to track and monitor the patient journey. Patient data is often summarized into patient cohorts grouped by demographics, ethnicity, race, and age attributes. So to see the various ways data is collected, patient data is collected, and where it's collected from, you have your electronic medical records, EMR. That includes demographics, patient vitals, prognosis, and diagnosis. You have your laboratories, where you get your blood tests, your scans, and your x-rays. You have treatment centers, where you have infusion and dialysis going on. You have hospitals. You'll collect data on patient stays, their vitals, prescriptions, procedures, treatments. You have your pharmacies, where you're going to pick up your prescription data. You have your insurance, your payer and plan information. And then you have miscellaneous data, such as experience, surveys, patient programs, etc. Vendors, third-party vendors, purchase and de-identify all this data. Then that data is purchased by the pharmaceutical companies, and they create distinct deliverables and databases from that patient data. Patient data classification. Is patient data considered sales data? Yes and no. Patient data cannot be used by field associates, but sometimes it's used by your targeting and alignment teams internally. Patient RX data is usually grouped at the HCP and HCO level and sold as TRX and NRX data, but longitudinal patient data, which we just discussed, is data that dives into specific attributes of the patient, their names, their addresses, their date of birth, and attributes like that. Most longitudinal patient attributes are de-identified, so they cannot be used to re-identify a specific individual person. So what patient data gets de-identified? HIPAA, the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. There's a safe harbor provision of the act that says you have to de-identify patient data and limit its use and disclosure. There are currently 18 attributes that need to be removed to de-identify patients. Those attributes are listed on this slide. So anything that can be used where you can reverse engineer a piece of data to find out who the person is needs to be de-identified. Thank you. This is the end of Lesson 16.